Hello, this is J Mike, and today we're going to talk about DM burnout. What's DM or GM burnout? Well, it's when you're tired of DMing, or your level of fun has dropped, or you struggle to have new ideas, or all of the above. Mainly it's when you're just tired of DMing. But before we're going into my tips, I will list some of the most common advice on the internet. So, 1. Don't force yourself to do it. If you need to take a break, just take a break. 2. If you feel that you don't want to take a break, just pursue your game. If you're playing a weekly game, make it bi-monthly. And 3. Let someone else GM, maybe one of your players. And now, let's go with my own tips or things that work for me. Number 1, feed your brain. Consume lots of books, movies, music, art, everything. I don't know, comics, stories, whatever. Because creativity works making stuff out of these things. Some people think creative person just comes up with ideas out of nowhere, but that's not true. The way the brain works is it gathers all the information that you already have and mix it to make new stuff. The more information you put in your brain, there is more probability that you're going to come up with new and better ideas. Okay, number 2, this is one of, I would say, it's one of my hobbies lately. Hide Easter eggs. For example, been running the Kingmaker adventure path like lots of times so far. And it started to get a little boring, I guess. So I just put some Easter eggs over there. For example, there's a part where you have to fight an evil trend-like creature, and I just put dead bodies of hobbits or halflings with names similar to Merry and Pippin from the Lord of the Rings. Another part of the adventure, I just put names of the NPCs, even if they are not going to be named at all, or even if they are not important. I got a tribe of lizard folk, and I put them names like Connor, like the lizard from Spider-Man, or Morrison, like Jim Morrison, or stuff like that. I don't know. You could hide stuff in magic items, places, NPCs, everything. And if your players discover these Easter eggs, it's also fun. Well, unless you're playing a super serious game and your players don't like to derail the tone of the game, right? But even then, you could just put some serious Easter eggs. I don't know, from history or some thriller or horror movie. Number 3, try your cool builds. Being that I have been mostly GM in all my role-playing career, there have been lots of ideas that I never had the opportunity to try. So now I just put them in my game as NPCs. Number 4, try wacky builds, like just things that make sense but they're fun to you. Again, this is if your game is not super serious and the players allow some humor, right? I don't know, you could make a character that, like a wizard that only summons bunnies or whatever. Another thing that you can try is put in your game all your player characters that you have played in your life as NPCs. But don't get too attached, because players may just kill them. But it doesn't matter, you can just put them again with another name or with a slight difference, right? It's fun sometimes to go through memory lane and just roleplay an old character, even though you know that it's not going to to last. You just can't show up for a session or for an encounter or something. Most likely as an enemy or maybe as a friend, but always remember that the spotlight belongs to the player characters. What else? I don't know what number it was. 5, I guess. Try tweaking monsters, places, encounters, magic item, etc. Or put monsters like, I don't know, for example in Pathfinder 1 we have lots of templates that you can use to modify monsters. For example, lately I've been having fun putting like super giant animals like a colossal frog, just using a template. If you're playing another game, you can use the rules to tweak them and make your own monsters same. And also I am an illustrator, so you have a bunch of drawings of monsters and creatures, and sometimes I just put them, also just make the stats and put them in the game. Okay, and the last tip or the last thing that works for me is you should try some meditation before your game, like 20 or 15 minutes before your game. Just don't think about it. Try to get into a comfortable position and just put your mind in blank, right? And breathe. And that helps a lot. It helps me start the game with more energy and very relaxed. So what about you? Do you have any tips, tricks, or advice that will help us avoid DM burnout, or that will help us get out of it? Please tell us in the comments. That's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That it really helps a lot. I'm really thankful for all the people that's subscribing. We'll see you next week with another video. Goodbye, and keep rolling those dice.